Hello, and welcome. Welcome once again to the Secrets of the High Demand Coach podcast. And I am here with an unbelievably high demand coach and consultant. It is the one and only Jon Weberg, who is an American entrepreneur, a top 1% growth consultant, and a business master. After becoming a 2-time self-published author, running 3 separate businesses, and speaking in front of global audiences, his wealth of actionable knowledge impacts the masses. Jon has collaborated with over 4,000 entrepreneurs, companies, and small businesses throughout his career, contributing to a collective sales figure exceeding $300 million. Jon's journey in the business world has allowed him to build connections with marketing legends like Frank Kern, Sam Ovens, John Crestani, and Investment Joy. Well, Jon, so excited to have you here. And I want to dive into a little bit, but I'd love to just kind of set the stage with a little bit of your story, because from what I understand researching the episode, this is something that's really meaningful to you. How did you get into this world of business, and was it always easy for you?
It never is easy, I don't think, for most people. And I think that was definitely the case for me. So I got started around 12 years old. My dad introduced me to the digital marketing space as he was getting our family out of some immense poverty, I would say. I was in the '08 crisis when, especially in my local small town of Minnesota, which is one of the iron ore capitals of the world, drastically once that hit, all real estate shut down, all iron ore activity shut down, everything went blank. So along with that, he decided, you know what, I'm going to try to make money online from home because of the situation we were in. And I dabbled, watched around 12 years old, and then didn't make money, but I was actually convincing my entire classrooms at the time to build blogs and to generate leads with their blogs and mini scale start a business. Around 15, 16, I decided to start a business on my own, and it was not easy because while my dad preceded me, I decided, you know what, people, by the way, don't do this. I wasn't going to take any advice or strategy. I'm going to do this on my own. I can do this on my own. I don't need help. You know what, actually, please just stay away as I try to do this without any guidance. It's 100,000% the worst take you can take doing anything, because the shortcut to all success is following a master before you. So failed miserably. Then after failing miserably, asked my dad, hey, can you give me a little guidance? Give me a little 1-2, like help me out. And then from there, kind of gradual, sustained success. And then especially the past year, things are kicking up. So I'm pretty happy.
That's exciting. So you've done a lot of time in the marketing and sales space, and I was reading through an article of yours, and in it you said that the thing that we've all, like, I need more leads, my leads are converting, et cetera, like all these things. But you make a statement that I thought was really interesting. You say most have forgotten the very soul of what makes advertising, marketing, and sales work so incredibly together. My question for you here on the show is, what is that soul?
That soul is the genuine creation of emotion within your audience and the process that follows to be able to do that. Because most businesses, from their ads, like in the article, and like you're saying, from their ads to their follow-up to their sales process, everything they have in place is just meant to meet an immediate buyer and customer right now. But number one, the vast majority of people in any audience, whether it's an email list, whether it's people who are viewing your ads, you name it, the vast majority aren't ready to buy right now. As all follow-up research, study, you name it, has done, the vast majority of all contacts take 7 to 15 contacts in order to convert into a customer, which at this point is probably a lot more because of all the incredible amounts of competition hitting every online marketplace in the world, because of all the global stuff happening right now, which I'm sure people have kind of noticed. There's a lot of stuff going on. And with that being said, number one, people focus wrongly just getting all of their immediate customers now and not focusing on that other humongous bulk of long-term people who need to be nurtured in order to turn them into a customer or longer-term customer. With that, people also forget that the purpose of an ad isn't to immediately technically generate a buyer. The purpose of an ad is to generate as much attention as possible. That's what advertising actually is. It's just to generate attention directed towards your marketing or your sales process, which a portion do buy from, But the vast majority of those people who go through your sales process and who are generated as a lead, your follow-up and further of your marketing and sales is supposed to close the audience. People go with their ad, all of them, just buy now, work with me now, check out cart now, all of that. And you do want a dedicated sales process and to direct people to purchase, but what most people miss out on is all of the follow-up, all of the nurturing, all of the relationship building. They're just focused on what I call, there's 3 E's. I just spoke about this, as I told you before our call. In Budapest, there's 3 E's, or 3 things you must do to convert anyone into a customer, regardless of who they are. You must entertain them, draw on their attention, educate them, nurture that attention, and entice them. Get that attention after it's nurtured to go to purchase a product and service. The third E is all everyone does, and they miss out on all this other stuff, which is what, especially for long-term growth, it's where all of your customers are by far.
Yeah. I want to dive in on that first E there, entertain, because I think that particularly for folks who are a little more cut and dry or have maybe built a business offline, right? Referral, kind of local reputation based,
right?
Can try and jump in and just like be business, but miss that first E. What are some great strategies you found for really building in the right amount of entertainment into your process?
I think it's taking a look at what you remember from Super Bowls, what you remember from ads from Super Bowls that have outperformed everything else, what you remember from movies, from influencers, from people, anyone you've ever followed or seen online or offline that stuck out. So great examples of this are the Harmon brothers. If you want to study ads of any kind, take a look at the Harmon brothers. Take a look at Ryan Reynolds, a very common, globally known figure who literally can dive into any business. He takes over their creative process, the entertaining, the drawing into the attention, and then exits for 8 or 9 figures on repeat with zero problem doing this in a very small, short period of time. Another example of this, you have Ryan Reynolds, you have Liquid Death. Liquid Death became a multi-billion-dollar water brand. There's kind of a offline brand who A, went online with their marketing strategy, but also B, decided to be entertaining and creative with their offline strategy of just the design of their entire product. And that's where you have to, where entertainment is crucial, is standing out in your marketplace. Now, that's been told forever. You need a unique selling proposition. You need you name it. And USP does exist in a way, but honestly, there's tens of thousands or thousands, or depending on the size of your market, hundreds of businesses all competing for the same customers that all kind of sell the same thing. I believe what USP really should be is more of a unique experience, unique customer experience, UCE, because that's what differentiates, for example, Liquid Death from Asani, or any other water brand, or any company that Ryan Reynolds can go into. It instantly change some of their advertising, change their offline, online ads, and just revolutionize the product and increase their sales drastically. It's all through driving a incredible customer obsessive experience from when your audience sees you, from the entertainment, all the way to the other 2 E's as well. So I think it's being unique, which is kind of generic, but being unique in how your customer is emotionally triggered in any communication they're seeing from you as a brand. Whether that means that you are extremely customer or lead obsessive, meaning, hey, say you're an agency, you're an offline agency. When you call a prospect, they say no. You follow up with, hey, say it was a prospect who was looking to generate ads through Facebook. They're not really closing. They do not seem like they're very interested. Hey, here's a free complete blueprint customized for your sauna business we just made for you. Have it free of charge. It's a few things you can do to generate leads and generate affiliate partners for your sauna business. Just take this and enjoy. Obsessive, really actually value-packed, actionable value-packed stuff like that also kind of changes customer experience drastically.
Yeah, I love that. Now, tell us a little bit then about how follow-up plays into that customer experience, because we've all been taught to follow up, but we've all been experienced the follow-up of reps who call and just, hey, you want to buy something? You want to buy something? You want to buy something? What really is the key to following up and doing it well?
I think number one, a change from selling to a change of providing and nurturing and giving, because customers who like who actually go through the process of like, know, and trust and hitting that trust point are the only ones who will ever, most likely, ever buy from you. Of course, there are immediate gratification customers who are going through any sales process who, hey, I need someone to run my ads. I need someone to do XYZ immediately. Can you do that for me? Those are the easy ones to work with. But where follow-up comes to play again is, as we've kind of walked through, is after someone has usually seen your brand in person or online for the first time, unless they come back to your store or unless they come back to your website, which probably is not going to happen unless you have really good retargeting. Retargeting is key. Is follow-up is your only avenue if you've generated them as a lead first. Follow-up is the only avenue you have to build a relationship. So like you're asking, what does that have to look like in order to actually convert? I think it's after you've brought someone in as a lead, I think it's solely the nurturing, providing. So I think giving away some of your secret sauce, quote unquote, is a lot of things that businesses are afraid of. Businesses are afraid in their follow-up to actually, you know what, here's how we can actually help you right now without you paying a dime to work with us. And doing that excessively and doing that in combination with the usual sales stuff of providing social proof, of being truly careful in your language and how you talk with a customer. Again, it's shouldn't be sales-based at all. Your job, I say in business, is not to sell. Your job is to nurture and provide so much immense value. Someone wants to work with you without you ever having to make a proposition to them. And that works extremely well across every industry, whether it's B2C, B2B, it does not matter. Because you're right, especially about, how many salespeople call, hey, would you like this? How can I get you to? No, lead with, hey, I saw you're interested in XYZ, but let's put that aside entirely. I just want to help you get the result you're looking for. Can I send you over some free stuff? Can I send you over this? There's nothing attached to it. I'm not trying to sell you here. I literally just want to help you do this because I know this is so important to you. That's a much more likely response to get a yes than to sell. So it's providing truly massive amounts of intense, intangible value. And also just, I think, being genuine and authentic. Because what most businesses don't realize is that the vast majority of your audience sees through the bull that you present. They can tell when you're inauthentic. They can tell when, whether it's through video or through a podcast or through your ads or something, especially with follow-up from a salesperson, they can tell when it's inauthentic, especially someone who's trained, for example, B2B. If I hop on a call with someone, within usually 5 to 10 seconds of a few different things that them saying, the tone they're using, how they're phrasing things, I can tell if they're a salesperson just looking to sell me versus someone who's actually trying to help me.
Right. That's so powerful. Now, one of the challenges that can come with that, is particularly in my profession with coaching, and we work with this for a lot of our certified skill architects, is they are so into coaching, they're so committed to the very best that they can lose sight of the fact that they should be intentionally moving them through a funnel, right? It's a little bit of like if you build it, they will come, right? If you coach, they will close.
Yep.
And so I can see them hearing what you're saying and kind of double down on that strategy, but there's a little more to it than that. Mm-hmm. How do you make sure that you're not only just coaching them because you're afraid of closing, but you're really moving them intentionally through your process?
So basically what you need to do is move towards mini commitments. I think getting your audience to take mini commitments that gradually increase them taking more actions that would resemble them becoming a customer. So, initially when you're following up with a prospect or someone, it may just be, here's a free guide or resource, a step-by-step blueprint. Enjoy. And maybe after that, they don't come back to you. They just use it. Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. The next thing you could send them is, hey, we'd actually like to do a free consulting session with you. No charge at all. We just really like you, and I really really deeply want to help you. Would you hop on a call with us? No strings attached. And then, for example, in that process, of course, on the call, you could go after you, give them tons of immense free value, zero charge. Would you have any interest? After we've gone through all these different things that we could help you with that ourselves directly one-on-one or, one-to-group coaching, etc. What can we do? Or what could I say to you? What do you need from me for that to be a great decision for you to make? So, just in that second interaction there alone of providing immense value, right there's another opportunity to actually present an offer and move them actually to become a customer. And then just basically variations of that. Ways of being so creative with your follow-up, getting them to engage. And again, yes, you do want to make the offer, like I'm saying with the sales pitch, not sales pitch, but the sales value, quote unquote, at the end of that call there. But genuinely, I've seen a lot of the times just being so giving and entertaining and fun and exciting and unique, that alone can bring people to want to work with you. Now, what I usually do is I do a lot of the entertaining and educating. And then a lot of times if you've built enough rapport, especially with a client who like you've given so much to, I've had maybe many people after like one call, like I'll be like, hey, I want to help you grow your business. Let's just hop on a call. Of just spitting value to them. They're like, man, I kind of feel bad. They kind of feel bad because you just gave them so much. Later on down the line, if you build that much rapport, you can literally just go, hey man, I want to work with you. I think you like me. I like you too. I think we both see that you have so much potential for your business, for your life, for however you help people. Let's just make this happen. I'm going to give you a deal, a discount, a bonus, or something, 3 extra months. If you want to really value stack it, that's also where you can really improve the chances of someone closing is, I want to give you 20% off. We're going to give you 3 extra months of coaching, of mentorship, of being in our program. And along with this, here's an actual personal guarantee that I'm going to stack on top of what we already provide because I want to work with you so much. Let's just make this happen. Here's where you can pay. And I've done it before. I've had to do kind of almost just buy from us closes because you've built so much rapport and they just haven't been asked in the way that triggers them. So you just have to actually just go, hey, I've helped you a lot. Let's bring this to its fruition and make it happen.
Yeah, I love that. It's such a great way to pivot. So, Jon, you've given us so many nuggets so far, but there's a question that I haven't asked yet, and I ask all my guests, I want to ask it of you. And that is, what is the biggest secret that you wish wasn't a secret at all? What's that one thing you wish everybody watching or listening today knew?
I think I'll do 2, see if I can remember both. One is that in entrepreneurship, in being a business owner, you have much more support and people supporting you secretly than you would ever imagine, because often the world of entrepreneurship is a lot of downs, a lot of ups, I know my own journey has been insanely ever-changing and crazy. And sometimes people don't feel supported either by their spouse, by their friends, by their family, you name it. So just know that you always kind of have some people watching you that you don't know about, that are rooting for you, that do have your back that you just won't know about. And I've had instances of this when I was younger, when I first published my book at 19, one of my books. And I would get pictures sent to me from people I never really talked to, like in high school, who go, oh my God, your book's so good. I'm like, why would you even consider or have any interest in anything I'm doing? It's like, oh, I've been watching your content. I just don't engage, which is a lot of people, I just don't engage, but I decided to take a look and I actually love what you do. And number 2, making big deals should be a priority, and it's much easier than you think. So as a solopreneur, someone who has a small team, as a business owner, whether it's coaching, mentorship, agency, you name it, I believe in trying to make the biggest deals possible. And I found, for example, speaking in Budapest at Affiliate World, or speaking at Traffic and Conversions, upcoming in March in Vegas, making those happen didn't cost me $1. All it took was 2 conversations each. And I was able to land speaking opportunities. Affiliate World was 7,100 attendees, I believe. Traffic and Conversions is about 3,000 or 4,000 this year. Making these deals, these partnerships, if you want to speak, if you want to do a lot of these different things, reach out to an influencer. There's some really cool influencers I've made contact, like Frank Kern, like Investment Joy, etc., that are just a DM away, are just an email away, are just a you name it away. So I applaud people and I hope to give you motivation to actually reach out to some kind of influencer or person or event or something that you want to make a connection with that would be a huge deal for your business to work with or partner with. Just do it. One, because if they don't answer or if they say no, great, move on. Number 2, if they do, you've just landed an impeccable deal that cost you nothing but a message that you were maybe afraid to send because you really like the person, you respect them, you think they're, this huge person in this space. Everyone's just humans. We're all just humans. And the more you treat your audience, the potential business partners and people like humans, and you actually connect with them, all interaction and things like this become a lot easier.
It's so true. It's so true. Jon, there's some folks listening and they've been hanging out everywhere you say. They want to know more. How can they find more out about the work that you do? How can they connect with you?
Number one, if you want free stuff and to learn and get the entertaining and educating part of the 2 E's, go to youtube.com/@Jon Weberg, or just look up Jon Weberg on YouTube. And if you want to work with me, you want to grow your business, generate more leads, generate more growth, generate more customers, and just hyper optimize your business for maximum profitability, which is a lot of what I do, go to Profitalize.com, and there'll be some options for you to go ahead and get started and work with us.
Brilliant. Jon, thanks so much for being on the show. Just a privilege having you here today. Really enjoyed this conversation. And for those of you watching and listening today, you know your time and attention mean the world to us. I hope you got as much out of this conversation as I know I did, and I cannot wait to see you next time. Take care.